Sarah, it's wild how many ways Londoners have just to say hello. You can walk down the street and hear everything from a crisp "good morning" to a casual "all right," all within a couple of blocks.
Totally, Paul. I remember the first time someone greeted me with, "You all right?" I froze, thinking they thought I looked unwell. Turns out, it's just a super common London opener.
Exactly. And the funny part is, they don't actually expect an answer about your well-being. It's more like a substitute for hello.
Yeah, and that's just scratching the surface. There are so many layers to these greetings, depending on where you are in London and who you're talking to.
Let's start with the stereotypical proper way, received pronunciation. Picture a BBC newsreader saying, "Good morning." It's formal, a bit posh, and kind of timeless.
I get what you mean. It's the sort of greeting you'd hear in a business setting, or maybe if you accidentally wandered into a stately home. It signals formality and distance, right?
Exactly. There's almost a barrier to it, like, we're acquaintances, not mates. But it's still widely used in some professions and schools.
It's funny how that same phrase, "good morning," can feel so stiff in London, but friendly somewhere else in the UK.
Switching gears. Let's head to East London for a minute, Cockney territory. The greetings here are way more playful. You'll get a quick, "All right, mate?" Or just, "Oi, you."
I love that energy. There's something cheeky about it. A bit of banter built right in, and "all right, mate" always makes me smile because it's both a question and a greeting rolled together.
Exactly. And the tone matters so much. It's almost like a secret handshake. If you get it, you're in.
That's true. Plus, the Cockney accent adds this extra layer of warmth and personality to the simplest words.
Multicultural London English, or MLE, has brought some really fresh greetings to the mix, like wagwan. It's everywhere now, especially among younger Londoners.
Absolutely. Wagwan started in Jamaican English, but it's become a London staple. I've heard it in schools, at football matches, even on the tube. It's a sign of how London's always evolving linguistically.
And it's not just about sounding cool. Using MLE greetings can actually signal belonging to a certain social group or community.
Totally. And it feels more inclusive in a way, because it brings in influences from so many cultures living side by side in London.
Something that always fascinates me is how these greetings shift depending on who you're talking to. You wouldn't say wagwan to your grandma unless she's super hip.
Oh, definitely not. I once tried a casual "all right" with a school head teacher and got the most confused look. Context really is everything in London greetings.
There's a kind of dance to it. You read the room, gauge the vibe, and pick the greeting that fits.
And if you get it wrong, it's usually just a funny story later. But when you nail it, people instantly warm up to you.
Speaking of fitting in, the way you pronounce your greeting really matters. Say, "all right," with a flat L. And people know you're not from London. But drop the "tay" and let it roll off your tongue, and you're halfway there.
That's honestly true. Pronunciation is like a secret password. I used to overthink it, trying to sound like a native, then realized people actually appreciate when you give it a go, accent and all.
Sometimes, just the effort makes people smile, even if you botch the accent. It's about connecting, not perfection.
Plus, Londoners are used to hearing all kinds of accents. There's a real charm in hearing a greeting with a twist from somewhere else.
But it's not just about what you say. London has its own set of non-verbal hellos too. There's the quick nod, the subtle wink, or that half-hearted wave from across the street.
Totally, I've noticed the nod is almost universal in London, especially among guys. It's like, "Hey, I see you, but let's not make a big deal about it."
And there's a whole spectrum. The big enthusiastic wave if you spot a mate, compared to the almost invisible nod you give a neighbor you barely know.
Sometimes those small gestures say more than words ever could. They can be a lifesaver if you forget someone's name too.
What's fun is how some greetings have totally fallen out of fashion. When was the last time you heard someone say, "How do you do?"
That's practically extinct in day-to-day London life. I think I've only seen it in period dramas or when someone's being deliberately over the top.
Exactly. But it's a reminder of how language shifts. Greetings that sounded perfectly normal a few decades ago would get you some funny looks now.
Though sometimes you'll hear older generations throw one of those in, and it's oddly charming, like a verbal time machine.
Then you've got slang that's unique to London. Things like safe, which is both a greeting and a stamp of approval.
Yeah, safe cracks me up because it works as hello, but also as thanks, or even no worries. It's so versatile.
And the context usually younger people, a bit streetwise, maybe at a gig or outside a shop.
The way people use it says a lot about identity too. It's a real badge of being in the know.
What I love is how Londoners mix and match all these greetings. You might hear someone say, "All right, mate?" in a posh accent, or drop wagwan into a business suit conversation just for fun.
That layering of styles is pure London. It's almost a game people play with expectations, blending formality and street language, sometimes in the same sentence.
It keeps the city's language alive and unpredictable. You never quite know what you'll hear next.
And it means you can always reinvent yourself through your greeting. It's a small detail, but it says so much.
What's really pushed some of these greetings into the mainstream is pop culture. Think about how TV shows or grime music popularize phrases.
You're so right, shows like Top Boy or grime artists have turned words like bruv and safe into everyday language for loads of people, not just Londoners.
And suddenly, people in other cities are trying out London greetings, sometimes with hilarious results.
It shows how language is contagious and how London's voice keeps spreading way beyond its borders.
We've all had that awkward moment when you try out a new greeting and it just lands weird. Ever had one of those, Sarah?
Oh, so many times. Like the first time I confidently said wagwan to someone's mum, she burst out laughing, and I wanted the ground to swallow me.
But honestly, making those mistakes is half the fun. Most Londoners are pretty forgiving if you're clearly trying to join in.
And sometimes it even starts a great conversation. "Where'd you pick that up?" Or, "You sound like my nephew." It breaks the ice.
So when you think about it, a simple hello in London can open doors, spark laughter, or even make you a new friend. It's way more than just a word.
Absolutely, it's a little signal that says, "I'm here, I get you." And with all the ways to say it in this city, there's always a greeting for every mood and moment.
Couldn't have said it better. Next time you're in London, try something new. Who knows what conversation it'll spark.
And if all else fails, just give a nod and a grin. That's pure London too.